What you know about fashion?
Not a lot, apparently.
Stop.
You know nothing about fashion.
We're experiencing delivery delays that may affect your package.
What?
An emergency situation or severe weather condition has delayed delivery.
Yeah, that's a severe weather condition. So this young fine gentleman just came back from Computex and he brought me a gift, a souvenir of sorts.
What do you think it is? I guess you already saw it. It's not a very good intro.
Welcome to an impromptu episode of Unpacked with Jack. Here we go. It's the number 67 Red Evo X from Mitsubishi. Why is it 67 though?
I have no idea.
It's funny because 67 is my go-to number when I need a number for things.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is destiny.
Did they only have red?
Yeah. So each kit only comes in like one setup. I saw it and I was like, I have to get Jack this.
Thank you. Sorry. Hey guys, welcome to a very special vlog. Anyways, it's been a while since I built my personal rig. I got that back in June of 2010. It's been 6 years and it's finally showing its age. So I went out and bought some parts after Intel did the retail edge thing, where I got a Core i7-6700K processor, just the processor, for a really good deal. It's like, it's time to build a new gaming rig. So, these are my parts. First off, we have a Ryotor CR1080. They're a fairly new company, I think. Well, and they're quite small. They're actually made up of, well, through the grapevine, this is what I've heard. They're made up of ex-Corsair and ex-NVIDIA employees. The reason why I chose this one is that it's the only case that I could find that supported full-size ATX motherboards in a compact design, because as some of you might know, in this video where I transferred my old parts from my 700D Corsair case to the other Corsair case, that was a big case. This is something more compact. This is where I'm going to be building our regular test bench area, and here are the other parts. For you astute viewers, you might notice that there's no GPU. And that's because it's still on order. I went with the EVGA GTX 1080 FTW. It's still not in stock at NCIX. I already have the order in. It's just been hard to wait. But anyways, other parts I got was a HyperX Savage 480 SSD. This has a very special story. I actually got this at PAX 2015. Went to the HyperX booth, not actually looking for anything, and my friends were like, oh hey, they got the Cloud 2 headsets, let's check them out. I was like, oh yeah, cool. And then this was on sale for like 120 bucks.
Damn, son.
The Core i7 we already talked about, and obviously we're big fans of HyperX here. We use their memory all the time, so I had to go with a 16 gig kit DDR4, the Black HyperX Furies. Can't go wrong with the Asus motherboard. This is the Z170-E. Nothing really special here. I just needed something to put the CPU in. It has onboard video, so I will be able to install and test things without a video card, but it does have SLI support. Finally, over here we have the EVGA 750G, the NEX 750G. Gold 80 plus bronze power supply. Reason why I went with this one, it's fully modular, and it has a 10-year global warranty. It's pretty good. And finally, last but not least, is the H80i GT. Obviously the Core i7 that Intel sent over didn't have the heatsink, so I opted to go with a AIO from Corsair with their H80i GT. So, as for any build, you gotta be prepared. I already have the anti-static mat here on the table. Got my tools of the trade. Got my handy dandy ratcheting screwdriver with all my bits. An extra long screwdriver for the harder to reach places. An electric one for when I get lazy, inevitably, with a extra long bit. These are all my personal tools, by the way, that I brought from home. My iFixit kit, just in case I need some other bits and stuff. I probably won't need this, but it's nice to have. And finally, side cutters for cable management. And obviously, you can't cable manage without zip tie. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna start building, and if I come across anything interesting, which I probably will, I'll get back to you. To the build! Oh, one more thing. The most important tool of all I usually have on me at all times, which I forgot to talk about, my knife. I also have to cut the case open, so here's the case. Had to come into a different part of the studio to film this part for better lighting since Barrett's using the other part. And here's the side panel for the RioTour CR1080. It's a really interesting design here for the side panel. It's all plastic, and the handle's been molded, and it kind of juts out that way, so it's pretty cool. You got this nice little slanted front here, some what looks to be some ventilation, got a power button, microphone, headphone, activity LED, 2 USB 3s, and a reset. Some more ventilation here. Left hand side, more ventilation over there. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a dual chambered case. So there you go. And it's inverted. This will be my second inverted build ever. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 PCI slots, motherboard I/O cutout. That might be for a, I don't know if a fan would fit in there. But anyways, this is the power supply slot. Here we have the interior. And one included RioTour fan, that's pretty cool. Just took off the other side panel. Notice that they have a magnetic fan filter, that's pretty nice to see. This drive cage is pretty interesting too. You squeeze, pull back, and lift out. Very interesting. You put it back in. Sorry, doing this one-handed. Pop it in. Forward, unlocks. Pretty sick. Actually, the more I look at this case, the more I think that RioTour put a lot of thought into the design here. So earlier, this was the 3.5-inch and SSD drive bay, sliding out one. And just underneath that is where the DVD writer would go if I had one. Pop that back in, slide that forward. And here they had a thumb screw attached to this other sled here. And this actually rotates out. So not only is that pretty cool, you can fit a 3.5-inch drive there. There's also spacing for SSD there, and there's also another SSD bracket here, pin here and pin here. So take this SSD for example. It's ADATA, which I'm not going to be using. Goes in like so, and then pops in. That's really smart. And then you can close it. Bam! So you can have a total of 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 hard drives in this thing. Maybe even more. We'll find out more at 11. So I was right. That entire front panel is actually a fan filter. It's got some foam in there. That's the DVD optical drive opening. But yeah, this entire panel is mesh. Looks like the included fan has blue LEDs. It's pretty cool. But now I'm torn. Do I leave that in and try and install the H80 as well, or use one of those fans with that one, or just take this out completely? I mean, a little bit of lighting would be cool. I'll figure it out. Okay, so I ran into a small problem. I put in our sample 1080 in to see how much room I had, and that fan can stay, but that means I won't be able to put the H80 down there. So if I end up putting it push-pull here, I won't have access to my 24 pin unless I route it from here, which could be a bit tricky to do. EVGA, why does your power supply smell like pineapples? Interesting.
Tag and follow at ncix.com. But if you're not the social media type, you can also just upload your photo to the site to enter. So click here or the link in the description for all the details and get the chance to not burn your house down.
So as you saw, the EVGA power supply did not fit into the Rio Toro case. This is not the fault of EVGA, nor the Rio Toro case. Okay, maybe slightly the Rio Toro case, but it was mostly my fault because I didn't check the length of my power supply before I bought it, the case. So, life lesson learned, always do research before buying computer parts in a new case you've never worked with before. So what I'm gonna do now, just to get this build finished, I'm gonna use one of our Fractal Design power supplies we have on hand, which, by the way, fits like a glove. Ooh, shiny. So there it is, it's done. We have the Savage drive installed, the new power supply installed. Cable management is okay right now. I'll tidy up a bit later. And there we go. Of course, like I said, there's no video card yet because I'm still waiting on my EVGA 1080. But the cooler's installed, RAM's installed. And time to boot it up. But first, but yes, there she is, the Rio Toro CR1080. TLDR, make sure you do research before you buy parts for this thing, because that was not fun at all. But here it is in all its glory. Oh yes. So we've got the inverted motherboard, and obviously 1080 is not there yet. Power supply, and a whole lot of nothing on the side. But thanks for tuning in to this NCX TV episode of me putting together my personal rig. I might do another update when I put in the video card. Or maybe not. But probably yes. But probably not. I'm gonna stop this before I keep going. But probably yes. Bye.